Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Speak Easy with us. My name is Zia.
And I'm Alec. We are so excited you're here with us today. This is a podcast for anyone who wants to improve their conversational English.
That's right. We're here to help you move past the textbook and start sounding more natural when you speak. We're going to have some fun, relaxed conversations.
Exactly. So let's jump right in. Dia, why don't you start by telling our listeners a bit about what they can expect from this podcast?
Of course. So the main idea behind Speak Easy is to learn by listening. Each episode, you'll hear us, two native American English speakers, have a natural conversation about a different topic.
We won't be reading from a stiff, boring script. We'll be talking just like we would in real life. You'll hear the natural speed, the idioms, the phrasal verbs, all the things that make English sound, well, real. By the way, I'm a teacher and I absolutely love helping people find confidence in their speaking.
That's the key, isn't it? Confidence. I'm a writer, so I love words, and I've also learned a second language myself, so I know the struggle. I know what it feels like to understand everything in a book, but then feel totally lost when you hear native speakers talking to each other.
Totally. That's exactly who this podcast is for. It's for intermediate learners who feel a bit stuck. Maybe you have a good vocabulary and you understand grammar, but you want to improve your listening skills and make your own speaking sound more fluent.
Right. It's about bridging the gap between the English you learn in a classroom and the English you hear in movies or on the street. Our goal is to make that feel smaller. We want it to feel like you're sitting with us, just listening to friends chat.
Exactly. So how can our listeners get the most out of each episode? We've designed a simple format for you. First, just listen. Don't worry about understanding every single word. Just try to follow the main ideas of our conversation.
That's a great tip. The first listen is just for getting comfortable. Then you might want to listen a second time. Maybe you can focus on words or phrases you didn't catch the first time. We'll also have transcripts available on our website so you can read along if that helps.
Yes, the transcript can be a huge help. And after our main conversation, we'll have two special segments. The first one is our phrase breakdown.
Yes, my favorite part. This is where we take a few interesting phrases or idioms we used in our chat and, well, we break them down. We explain what they mean and how to use them.
So you'll really learn the vocabulary in context, which is the best way to remember it. Once you get the hang of a new phrase, you'll start noticing it everywhere.
That's so true. It's like your brain suddenly has a new filter. And after we break it down, we have our final and maybe most important segment.
The Speak With Us practice prompt. This is your chance to actually speak. We know, it can feel strange talking to yourself, but this is so important for building muscle memory for your mouth and building confidence.
Really is. Listening is passive, but speaking is active. We'll give you simple prompts like repeating sentences or answering short questions out loud. There's no one there to judge you, so it's a safe space to practice.
So to recap, listen to our conversation, then we'll break down some key phrases, and finally, you'll get a chance to practice speaking with us. We think it's a simple but really effective way to learn. I hope you and our listeners are on the same page with this approach.
I think it'll be a piece of cake for them. The most important thing is to be consistent. Try to listen to one episode a week, do the practice, and you will see improvement.
Definitely. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Every little bit of practice helps. We're just here to be your friendly guides along the way.
All right, I think that's a pretty good introduction to what we're all about. Are you ready to move on to our first ever phrase breakdown?
Let's do it.
Okay, welcome to the phrase breakdown. In this section, we choose a few useful expressions from our conversation and explain them more clearly. Today, we have 3 for you. Zia, what's our first one?
Our first phrase is to get the hang of something. I said it earlier when I was talking about learning new vocabulary. To get the hang of something means to learn the skill of doing something, to become comfortable with it after practicing.
That's a perfect explanation. For example, you could say, learning to drive was difficult at first, but I'm starting to get the hang of it now. It implies a process of learning.
Exactly. Or this new software is confusing, but I'll get the hang of it after a few days. It's a very common and natural sounding phrase. Okay, Alec, what's our second phrase for today?
The second one is to be on the same page. We use this one when talking about our podcast format. If two or more people are on the same page, it means they have the same understanding or they agree on a situation.
Right. It's often used in work or team settings. For example, a manager might say in a meeting, "Before we continue, I want to make sure we're all on the same page." It means, does everyone understand and agree so far?
Or you could say to a friend, let's talk about our travel plans to make sure we're on the same page about the budget. It's about shared understanding. Okay, what's our last one, Zia?
Our final phrase is a simple but very common one, to jump right in. Alec, you said this at the very beginning of our chat. It means to start something immediately and with enthusiasm without waiting or hesitating.
Yes. Instead of a long introduction, I just said, let's jump right in. You can use it in many situations. For instance, we don't have much time, so let's jump right into the main topic.
Or if you see a beautiful swimming pool on a hot day, you might say, "Wow, I want to jump right in." It has that feeling of energy and eagerness. So there you have it, to get the hang of something, to be on the same page, and to jump right in.
Now it's time for our final segment. Speak with us. This is your chance to practice. Don't be shy. We will say a sentence, then we'll leave a pause for you to repeat it out loud. Ready?
Okay, let's start with the first phrase. Listen and then repeat after me. I'm starting to get the hang of this.
Great. Now let's try another one. Repeat after me. I will get the hang of phrasal verbs.
Wonderful. Now let's practice the second phrase. Repeat after me. We are all on the same page.
Good. Now imagine you're in a meeting. Try asking this question. Repeat. Are we on the same page?
Excellent work. And the last one. Repeat after me. Let's jump right in.
Okay, one more time with energy. Repeat. Let's jump right in.
You did an amazing job. That is all the time we have for today. We are so glad you joined us for our first episode.
Remember, practice is key. Keep listening, keep speaking, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. We'll be back next week with a new conversation. Until then, take care.
Bye, everyone.